We have to see the dynamics of how PSUs plays in India. More importantly, if you look at this Maharatan, Navratan companies and even Minirattan companies, if you look at outside the enterprise client customers or enterprise organization that we have, these are the largest companies which are employing more people to work with them, right? One of the largest, I would say, job givers. And the way they are expanding themselves not only in India but across the globe. So in a way they are one of the largest conglomerates in India that we have. Looking the strengths that they have in India, what they can do in terms of the technology that is changing, or I would say the capacity building that they need to do. What I personally believe is that they have a capacity to create certain kind of an education programs, or I would say training programs, which can be done under the I would say the umbrella of what we call as CSR funds, right? They have a huge mandate, and as per the government, I think policies, they are supposed to spend some percentage of their revenues in doing the CSR. Now, this can be a very good start point, where if they can start working and providing CSR funds to many of these ITI colleges or technical colleges, or they can work with the institutes which are into upskilling and create a kind of a larger forum where they can fund this students which are coming up in the last year of their technology backgrounds or management backgrounds, or I would say the commerce background, right, and fund their studies to get learning of what they have been doing from an industry perspective. That would be really helpful in terms of getting a very, I would say, polished, ready to use resources in the industry to meet the first of the challenges that you talk about. Second area is under again the kind of the size that they are, I am sure they can also fund some of the labs. Now, these labs are more of experimental labs, or you may want to call it center of excellence, right. These labs can have many technologies coming under one single umbrella. These labs can help their own internal resources to understand what is this technology all about, how it can be used in various ways that they are doing their businesses, right. So, for example, today when we talk about generative AI, the buzzword is very good, but are they the business leaders, or I would say people who are running the businesses, the operation should know how I can adopt that technology, what help that can come. So, by having these labs, I think that they can create a environment where they can learn, unlearn and again learn to use the new technology that is coming in. That's very important from perspective of what you are asking for. As you traditionally know, PSUs were the organizations which started the Make in India concept, right. You may have heard about BHEL, BEL, right. Those are the examples of India's PSUs which started having indigenous technologies developed. Now, we have DRDOs in place which is helping defense organizations, so NTRO, National Technical Research Organizations, and so on and so on. So, PSUs traditionally has been the most important roots of India's Make in India concept, and even today if you look at they are the front runners to have alliances with foreign countries and even the manufacturers when it comes to developing some of the products and services in India. So, from that perspective, as a business, each one of these PSUs has a definite roles to play. Some of them may be in the oil industry, some of them in the gas industry, power industry, and so on and so on. But each of them knows their business and their operations very well. So, for them it is very easy to, I think, go into a vertical growth or a horizontal growth to identify places where they can create alliances, associations for Make in India. It can be any department, they can then work with those countries to bring in those manufacturing companies or service providers to India and start developing those products and services. So, for them it becomes an easy, and as I said, a PSU becomes an easy start point because I would say country to country relationship or a bilateral relationship with any other countries is easier than anybody getting into an enterprise kind of a relationship to start with, and that really is a progressive way of looking at it. You know, I have been part of ET in almost all the forums, in almost all the kind of formats that you have, and you know, I am thankful for ET to inviting Deloitte to be a knowledge partner. It really adds up to what our mandate is in terms of providing services or advisories to our government, PSUs and defense clients. In almost every event that I have been in, and today's event was definitely a special one, ET PSU, where you are able to bring in the rightful CXOs. What I also see is the kind of topics and challenges that you are picking up to discuss. Very relevant to these organizations, and when you bring in the best minds together, I think really the sparks happen. And I have been vocal stating that ET providing this kind of platform for PSUs or private companies or such different kind of sectors, it's really a way forward for working together as a ecosystem, I would rather say. And that's what ET I think is able to create, an ecosystem of people from industry, people from enterprise and from PSUs, government, to come together, collaborate together and really solve the larger problems for the country and for, of course, which are problems that we are facing, whether it's the technology, people or such thing that we see in our life.